All right, what is going on? What is going on? Live from After the Review Studios. I hope everyone had a fantastic New Year's Eve. We are rolling into 2025 with everybody here. I'm going to give you all of your playoff scenarios rolling into week 18 of the NFL season. Everyone should be into 2025 right now. I hope everyone had a fantastic evening hanging out now. If you're not into 2025, drop a like on the stream. Tell me where you are. If you're waiting for the New Year's to roll over, if you're already into the new year, welcome. I hope 2024 was an awesome year for you, and I hope the absolute best for 2025. And obviously, it's going to be a good time because you're hanging out with your boy. You're hanging out with the homies in the chat. Welcome to the club. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this stream. Hit that subscribe button. But I know most of y'all are already out there. But we have a great week 18 in front of us. Still a couple of playoff spots to be settled. Plus, the whole shebang in the NFC. Game number 272 between the Detroit Lions and my Minnesota Vikings for the number 1 overall seed and the NFC North Championship. We got everything to play for, plus 2 playoff spots yet to be determined and a ton of seeding implications. So drop your likes into the chat, drop your questions. I'll be here to answer them all. We're going to go through, break things down because still a ton to play for in week 18. Don't let the bullshit get to you guys. Don't let people say, oh, week 18 settled. There's nothing going on. There's a ton of great football games, a ton of playoff seeding implication, a ton of draft implication. I mean, come on, the draft means as much as these playoff seedings. So the bottom tier teams fighting it out, and we got a lot of bad teams playing each other. Somebody's got to lose. I'll be interested to see how those games work themselves out, plus the playoffs, huge seeding implications because nobody is very happy where they currently stand. Maybe the Buffalo Bills, if they can face the Broncos or the Dolphins. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody in the AFC wants to see those Cincinnati Bengals because goddamn Joe Burrow's on another planet right now, and he's been just easily the MVP of this league. He's not going to win it, but he's been the best player all around. Their defense is so bad. I mean, this is one of the worst defenses I've ever seen. So nobody wants to see the Grim Reaper in Joe Burrow. Talk about the NFC. You know, NFC South still up for grabs. Probably going to be your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very fortuitous schedule break for them. But there's a lot of seeding. I mean, this 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all up for grabs. So the only seed that's locked into the NFC is your 2 seed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Looking at the AFC, you get your 1 seed with the Kansas City Chiefs, the 2 seed with the Buffalo Bills, but seeds 3, 5, 6, and 7 all up for grabs. Houston also locked in to the 4th seed. But yeah, drop your questions in the chat. I'll be sure to answer them. Let's get a poll going in the chat. Who will be the number 1 seed in the NFC? The number 1. So you're just going to bring me a birthday gift on my birthday to my birthday to my birthday? But moving anomaly, if your birthday is New Year's Day, you know, that's a pretty lit birthday. If your birthday gift is hanging out in the stream, I will absolutely give you your birthday gift. But other than that, I can't promise you anything else. But I hope it is your birthday and a happy birthday to you. And if it's not, congratulations, you still got a shout out. Moving anomaly in the chat, first chatter of the night. So even if it's not your birthday, you get a shout out. Congratulations. Who will be the number 1 seed in the NFC? There's a big question. Lions, and we're going to put I'm not going to bias this chat whatsoever. Michael shouting out happy birthday. No, we're not going to add a... can I add an emoji? I cannot add an emoji, so I was trying to bait this freaking Hello, oh my gosh, I am 2286 family friendly. What is up? Hey, what game is that? We have all the games here. We're just setting up. This is the playoff machine, playoff pitcher for week 18 in the NFL season. Appreciate everybody stopping by. We're dropping a poll in the chat. Who is bringing home that NFC? You know, I'm not going to hate you if you vote against my Vikings, but come on. Everybody knows it's our time. Sammy Darnold out there. Come on. We know. He's comeback player of the year. Oh, well. Will said the Lions. Taylor says, you scream Southern material. I am both a Northerner and a Southerner. You will never figure out which part is which. Highlight edits. He knows. KOC, Coach of the Year. We're hitting that gritty in Motown on Sunday night. He knows who's bringing it home. Can I roast you? Yeah, sure. Shoot it in the chat. I don't give a shit. Taylor running. I am perfect for his story. Hope that's in a good way. Darnold, comeback player of the year. Unfortunately, they changed the rules. Darnold cannot win comeback player of the year because the NFL is lame. We know 18 is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Michael shooting out Taylor. Ooh, Michael and Taylor going back and forth in the chat. Oh, man, let's get it going. So do we want to start in the AFC? Oh, you're so fat every time you go into the walk of the street. Bro, I'm not even that fat, bro. This is a slender man. Holiday weight is on, definitely. But skinny fella over here used to be a chonky boy. You know, we're okay. 2025, we're going to be good. Dan Campbell, not coach of the year, not a Vikings fan, but curious why KOC. So, Will, great question. This is a fantastic question. Lions projected 11.5 wins in Vegas prior to the season. They're finishing at 14 or 15, so maybe slightly over. Lions were one of the favorites to win the NFC this year. Vikings win total, 6.5 in Las Vegas. We are well over double that at 14. It's just like the difference. Minnesota had zero expectations this year. Sam Darnold was a wash. He was trash, remember? Sam Darnold was throwaway garbage. You know, I love Sam Darnold, but he was just a throwaway guy. Minnesota, not a soul. Nick Swartzen on Rich Eisen is the only person that had the Vikings at 14 wins heading into week 15. He had 15-2. If we beat the Lions this week, he'll be the only person that got him right. So that's why. Dan Campbell, I love Dan Campbell. Went to my alma mater. Great Aggie right there. But the Lions were expected to be this good, and they delivered on that. Minnesota was expected to be trash, and we are one win away from the number one seed in the NFC. It's incredible when you think about it. Dude, my story takes place in the 80s. In the South, you would be perfect for some Southern badass. Appreciate that, Taylor. You know, I do have some good Southern in me. I also have some Northeastern in me. Get enough booze in me, you'll break out that Tony Soprano for you guys. I'm a nice guy. I didn't mean to roast you. You just said I could. No, absolutely. Hello. Chill, bro. You're a chill guy. Oh, shoot. Michael wants to be the outlaw. Fair point. KOC over Bill Belichick. Chill, highlights. Chill. We're early, baby. I think KO, has a chance to be the next Andy Reid. Bill Belichick's the greatest football coach to ever grace this beautiful game. So we're not going to jump all over that. I think Bill Belichick is still fantastic. Hello with the sub. I appreciate the support, my guy. Check us out. We got great fantasy football. Is this the start of a dynasty? I hope so. Highlights. We don't know. Offseason, we can never tell. I don't love our GM. You know, Kwesi, great free agent signer, but not a bad. He's a horrible drafter. Maybe we should get me in the draft room because I'm an excellent evaluator of talent. If you've seen my content before, I'm pretty awesome. My top players this year I thought the Vikings should have drafted were Quinion Mitchell, the cornerback out of Toledo. He's been excellent. I love Jared Verse. I did also love Dallas Turner, so, you know, he's been good. I appreciate his support. But get me doing the drafting process. Let Kwesi do the free agent signing because he's been excellent signing those free agents. Taylor, I'm telling you, anyone in the chat that wants to join my story, Mm. Sorry, y'all. I got to eat some pizza. Had a long night. A couple bevs. Haven't eaten all day. I'm going to say you would be perfect as the sheriff's deputy in my story. Double revolvers. Or revolvers and a double barrel shotgun. I need to grow out my mustache a little bit. You know, I know a guy who's a big cowboy hat guy with a strong mustache. My guy Jay. Shout out to Jay. Working for your Texas Rangers. You know, your boys do have some hookups out here in the sports world. I'm not just all bullshit, all talk out there. I do know some brothers out there, but everyone hanging out. But let's start into it. We are into week 18. We do officially have the schedule, obviously. So first and foremost, we have the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. Michael's going to hop in as the deputy. Me and Michael, I'll be the sheriff. Michael will be the deputy. I don't have a scene where you're facing off into my demon. That's in my story. I'm like to take fucking full badass here. How often do you stream? Highlights, you know, we're trying to stream more. I do have daily sports content for you guys. It's either a short or a video most days, but I'm trying to stream more. I'll be streaming tonight. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night after the playoff games, giving you my picks for week 18, and I'll definitely be streaming Friday night with my bets. Cameron, let's go Packers. This is you know what? I appreciate the support, but you know what? Let's break out the Vikings emoji. This is a skull chat, brother. We got a sweep. First sweep since 2017. Fun fact, the last 4 Vikings sweeps of the Green Bay Packers. Last 4 quarterbacks to win 2 games in a single season against the Green Bay Packers have all gone on to the NFC Championship game. I'm talking about Case Keenum, my man, Brett Favre, and Randall Cunningham. Can Sam Darnold keep the streak going? Stop the glaze. There's no glaze. It's just a strong skull. Frank, cheese equals shit. Cheese is delicious, but them cheese Packers are trash. Fly, Eagles, fly. All right, we got a Philly guy here, Frank. Trust the process. I'm a big Sixers guy, but I cannot support the Eagles. They are the worst, especially when it comes to my Vikings. Bills have been impressing me, man. Bills have been impressing me. I'm a Ravens fan. Yeah, Bills are scary, man. I do think the Bills are setting up nicely. Their defense is kind of trash. I do like Baltimore too. Baltimore and Buffalo, both in my Super Bowl bubble. Baltimore is currently 6th in my power rankings I just dropped tonight. I think if Baltimore can play it right, the defense has been trending in the right way. Lamar, it's going to be Lamar in the playoffs, especially against Mahomes. Like Lamar's a great quarterback. The run game is very good. But Lamar's been kind of shitty in big spots, having to throw the ball 30, 45 times a game. But, you know, I do think the Bills-Ravens round 2 would be an excellent matchup. Bills-Vikings Super Bowl potentially. 0-4 versus 0-4. That's what the people want. Somebody would have to win the Super Bowl. We have the 2 biggest losing franchises in Super Bowl history. We put up a fight last quarter, 25-27. At least we didn't have another 28-0 at the end of the first half. Yes, but the Packers, you know what? At least you're a humble Packers fan. Packers talked a lot of shit that this game wasn't going to be close, that they were going to find their way. And the Vikings honestly dominated 6 out of the 8 quarters that they played this year. Really, just a coaching clinic. Matt LaFleur, a little bit overrated. Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Will, always back here, big Lion supporter in the chat. Defense is actually underrated, but if they stop Henry, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, I agree. Bills defense was underrated, but they've been really bad through the last few weeks, giving up 40-plus to the Lions, 40-plus to the Rams. Gave up 21 to the Patriots. They were cruising. I love the Bills. I had the Bills as my number 1 team in the middle of the season. I thought this was the year for the Bills. Josh Allen's definitely my MVP if I had a vote, even though Joe Burrow probably should win it. I think Josh Allen just not turning the ball over, doing all the stuff Josh Allen does and not turning it over in a year that we thought the Bills were going to be a down team is great. Unfortunately, in my story, you would be into college football. You would be into the Georgia Bulldogs. You know what, Taylor? I love college football. And I do like the Dogs as much as they are an SEC opponent. I do like the Dogs. I like Uga. I like Kirby Smart. That's about it. Kirby Smart's a great coach. Highlights. Happy New Year. Yes, everybody hit the New Year celebration in the chat. Welcome to 2025. I hope 2024 was great to you. The Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Will is simping on the Lions, which I like. I like the Lions fans rolling a lot. Solid Snake hates the Chiefs. Everybody hates the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs, and I still hate them. That Taylor Swift nonsense has gone too far. Not this year for the Chiefs. Frank dropping spice in the chat. The toilet, aka the Detroit Kitty Cats, defense is snake bit. They are banged up. They are dog shit. But goddamn, that offense is unbelievable. I think it's one of the best offenses in football, if not the best. We might see I think the total for Sunday night is 57.5. It's the highest regular season total we've seen in 3 or 4 years in the NFL. So what do you say? I just need you to do me a bit of acting and pull out your best Southern. Well, goddamn, Taylor. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give Taylor a little give Taylor a little something here. We're gonna reset that. Make sure you're recording, Taylor. If you need me, shout me out in your story. You know the tags. You see the channel. I appreciate you in the chat. But let's do this. Well, I'll tell you what, the goddamn Georgia Bulldogs, they're going to come out there and play some football. We're going to run the football out there. We got Gunnar Stockton at quarterback. We're going to play some defense. We're going to run the football and go Dogs. Go Dogs. There's your bit. I do like Notre Dame tomorrow. I think Notre Dame is being slept on a ton in that game. But there's your little clip, Taylor. Cameron, good support from a Packers fan. I appreciate a reasonable Packers fan. Loves the team. I hate the rest of the fans. I know it was going to be a battle. I'm also praying us Buckeyes can beat Oregon. That is going to be a fantastic game tomorrow, Cameron. I take the Buckeyes with the points, and I hate Ohio State. I absolutely hate Ohio State. I love a lady from Ohio State who's a Buckeyes fan. Don't tell her that. But I think it's a great game. As long as whoever wins this game between Ohio State and Oregon beats Texas, that's all I give a shit about. I think these are probably 2 of the 3 or 4 best teams in the country. It sucks this is a quarterfinals matchup. I like Penn State. I like Georgia. I like Notre Dame. It just sucks that this is a quarterfinals matchup for them. Honestly, Ohio State should be playing Texas, and then they should get to play Oregon. That would be a great game. Madden Kid, what are you playing? I'm not playing anything, man. We're just hanging out. This is the ESPN playoff machine. We're going to break out the playoff predictions. Frank, where's Ben Johnson going to go? Sounds like the Bears, but Ben Johnson's kind of a weirdo. He kind of reminds me a lot of Adam Gase. Maybe he goes nowhere. Jimmy Skull Vikes hit the skull in the chat. Taylor, welcome to my story, deputy. Appreciate that as long as you tag us in that story. Austin's an Ohio State fan. All right, big game for the Buckeyes tomorrow. You guys hanging out late. Hope you're up in time. What time is the granddaddy of them all? My favorite bowl game behind the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the Rose Bowl. There's no better pageantry. I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit later in the day because we got a lot of bowl games tomorrow. We got 3 CFP games tomorrow. 4 o'clock Eastern, or 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern, the granddaddy of them all. It's in the middle there. Be sure to tune in if you guys aren't. Great football game. 2 of the best college football teams you are going to see this year. And if you haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We got daily sports content for you guys. Let's see. What do you think the Vikings do with Sam Darnold next? Jimmy, I think we're going to franchise tag him at minimum, but I'm hearing a lot of talk. 2-year, 3-year deal. 45 to 51 million for Sam Darnold. Look, I like J.J. McCarthy. I'm glad that they didn't trade up really to get J.J. McCarthy. He needs more time to develop. But the NFL is weird. You can't just go with the plan. All you're looking for is a franchise quarterback. And I feel like Sam Darnold might be the guy. The team loves him. They support him. Sam Darnold was the number 3 overall pick. Sam Darnold should have been the number 1 overall pick in 2018. He had that talent level. Sam Darnold is an elite NFL prospect. and he got stuck with the piece of shit Jets and the disaster Carolina Panthers. Look at Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's easily a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. And Sam Darnold, I think, is more talented. He's only 26 years old. He just turned 27, maybe. He's in the prime of his career. He's got 5 more years. And there's nothing it's not like the Vikings are dinking and dunking with Sam Darnold at quarterback. They are slinging the goddamn rock with him. Like, they are pushing the ball downfield. I think Sam Darnold could be your franchise guy. If you have to trade J.J. McCarthy, maybe you can, but why not? Sign Darnold for another 2 or 3 years. Let J.J. McCarthy marinate. We just saw the Packers do the same thing with Aaron Rodgers, and there's no animosity. J.J. McCarthy needs a full year of practice. He's only 21 years old. We get J.J. McCarthy another 2 or 3 years developing, bring him out at 24. He's younger than Michael Penix. He's younger than Bo Nix when he comes in and becomes a starter in the NFL. And hopefully the Vikings have a couple of pieces of hardware by them. Like the show, always newcomers don't last long. I have the Vikings beating the Lions on Sunday night. I appreciate that, Austin. I hope as sure as shit we do. Hey, am I tripping, or were you on the last episode of To Catch a Predator? Whoa, creeper. Whoa, no way. No way, 33 and Blake. Come on, my guy. I don't even talk to ladies. We just talk sports. We just talk ball on this channel. Ladies are a distraction. Waves chop 38, 31-28 Vikings. Waves typing probably some Chinese, Chinese hacking numbers in the chat. Waves, don't do that. Thanks for joining in. Don't do that. He's typing nonsense. But let's get into it. As your boy takes a couple of eats over here. You're going to get banned, Waves. You do it one more time, we're just going to ban Waves from the chat. We don't need nonsense. Everybody's content has been great tonight. So Saturday afternoon, go back. The Pack picking the Lions. My man is desperate. But yeah, 24-10. Come on, man. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a great game. 24-10, a little bit too far, I think, out of reach. If you said 24-21, I'd buy it. Hope the Chiefs and the Lions would go to the Super Bowl. Oh, well, I hope not. Chiefs Vikings is a much better answer. My boy is a huge Chiefs fan, works for the Seahawks. We'd have the hookup for the Super Bowl. But I'm okay with Bills Vikings. Also got a lot of family that are Bills fan. Lions versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Who wins? I'm always going to pick the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, even if my shitty piece of shit team Viking plays the Chiefs. I'm never betting against Patrick Mahomes, so I will bet $1,000 on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl if it's Chiefs Vikings. And if my team wins, it'll be the happiest broke man in the world. And if I'm soul crushingly destroyed, I'll at least have an extra $1,000+ Okay, Chiefs win over Denver 20-13. I like that call. It's going to be an interesting game. I think people are sleeping on the Chiefs. Chiefs had 11 days off before the game on Sunday, and then they're going to have a first-round bye. They're definitely playing their starters. Lions, Bills, Super Bowl. Bills are underdogs. Yup. Bills are definitely dogs. I think hard to go against the Chiefs as the back-to-back Super Bowl champions. They have the 1 seed. Austin is a Bills fan. His brother is a lame Packers fan, but he loves our guy, Justin Jefferson. So he's got a soft spot for us. I would love a Bills-Vikings Super Bowl, Austin. Who starts at QB next year in Minnesota? C. I think it's going to be Sam Darnold, Bartholomew back once again. Skull Vikes brother, Detroit getting cooked. But I do think it's Sam Darnold next year. I think he's just done way too. He has the most wins in a single season in franchise history as the quarterback. And J.J. McCarthy, the knee injury really just kind of, it set things back a year. He didn't get to practice this year. He had the torn meniscus. We're going to get him healthy. We're going to give him the full year of recuperation. At worst case scenario, we franchise tag Sam Darnold at $41 million, even though I don't think he's really money hungry. This guy has made money. He was the number 3 overall pick. He got a lot of money to go play with the Panthers. He just wants to be happy. He just wants to be at home, and Minnesota loves his ass. And I think he'll be cool. Like, you tell him, like, hey, give us 3 more years, give us 2 more years. You can go make $60 million, whatever the salary cap allows. Bring home a ring to Minnesota, something that nobody has ever done. You'll be a legend no matter what. Sam Darnold wins a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold gets the Vikings to a Super Bowl and plays good in a Super Bowl. No matter what the outcome is, he'll be a Minnesota. He will never have to buy a drink. He'll never have to pay for a house. He'll be a legend in Minnesota forever. And I think a lot of these guys that are high draft picks and it doesn't go right, it doesn't go well, they just want to be loved. They just want to be supported. Kirk Cousins kind of felt that way, but Kirk Cousins is a piece of shit. Sam Darnold's not a piece of shit. He's a beautiful ginger man. Packers over the defense is suspect. Defense is good. Secondary sucks ass. Bartholomew. But I do trust Brian Flores calling it up. Go Pack Go. Packers 24-17 over the Bears. I hope they beat the Bears. The Bears suck. Jefferson in fantasy this year. Austin, I think he's a good guy. Yeah, JJ is a great wide receiver, not a diva. You know, he wears the flashy shit. He does the dances. But really not a diva wide receiver. You know, no drama. Maybe a baby mama outside of wedlock. But, you know, welcome to the NFL. Even Tom Brady has that. So, but all around good guy. And the team loves him. He signed the contract. Never bitched. Never complained. He just is about winning football games. All right, I'm a Chiefs fan with an uncle who likes the Vikings. I want to see at least the Vikings in the Super Bowl, but I got to take the Chiefs. Yeah. I don't blame you. I would take the Chiefs too. LSU, great wide receivers. LSU is wide receiver. Them and Ohio State just pump out elite NFL tier wide receivers. Let's go, Bills. Kansas City, too boring to watch. Yo, what about the Kansas Jayhawks? They're fun to watch. This guy's an idiot. It's all about the money. If it's all about the money, throw up the Viking horns then, baby. Because the Lions give Vegas the most exposure. They are the most bet on team with the best odds for the public. So if it's all about the money, throw up the horns. Give me a skull because then Detroit is cooked. Vegas is going to get absolutely fucked if the Lions, A, make the Super Bowl, and B, win the Super Bowl. Vegas is screwed. So it's all about the money. Give me the Vikings, give me the Chiefs, and give me the Bills as your options there. But I think a lot of money's on the Chiefs as well, even though they aren't at good odds. Let's see. He's a Niners fan. It's been a rough year. Yeah, that sucks, man. The Niners. I liked Brock Purdy. He was terrible on Monday night. I don't know what the Niners do. I think Kyle Shanahan's kind of worn his welcome. It's a really, really tough situation looking at the Niners. They're one of the oldest teams in the NFL. I don't know. I hope the Vikes get Calais Campbell. Yeah, Calais Campbell in the middle will be a pretty big impact, but I think he's hanging on with the Dolphins, and I don't know if you can add him to the roster at this point for the playoffs. All right. Go Pack Go has a 10-13 49ers win. We got Scorzy, Scorex. He's been in the chat. He just subbed. I appreciate the sub. I'm sure I butchered that name, but I sorry about that, but I appreciate all the support. Austin, but I wanted to kill them when the Bills played him. 4-19. That was a hell of a football game, Austin. That 4th-19 by JJ. Allen fumbles the punt at the 1-yard line after the quarterback sneak stop. That Vikings team sucked, too. I can't believe we won 13 games that year. We were worried about those boys. One of the best games ever. I wish I was at that game. We were supposed to go to that game, but, things get in the way. I do have a very close family member who is a season ticket holder of the Buffalo Bills, so that would have been fun. I've been to that stadium. It's a fun time. May or may not have been the first time I was doing jello shots in the parking lot with the Bills Mafia as a young lad under the age, but we're not going to talk about that. It would be great in case the Bills versus the Chiefs at the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, that cannot happen, but Bills-Chiefs AFC Championship game will definitely get us all jacked up. Josh Allen MVP in Super Bowl. Thomas, yeah, Josh Allen's been great. I don't have any problem with Josh Allen winning the Super Bowl or the MVP. I think this Detroit versus Vikings really means something coming towards the playoffs, and it's either the Vikings prove they're a bigger threat or Detroit shows everyone what they can do to good teams. Yeah, and like we're gonna be in a weird situation. Is say the Lions win this game on a last second field goal against the Vikings. So you'll say like the Lions are better in crunch time against the Vikings, but we could be in a realistic situation that the winner of the Vikings-Lions game gets the bye, and then the loser goes to Tampa Bay, beats the Buccaneers, then the Rams and the Eagles take care of business, and we're looking at a rematch in the second round of the playoffs. That's a very much on the table, and that would be suck ass if my Vikings were the 1 seed. I'd be all about it if the Vikings were the 5 seed, and I would like our chances. I think both these teams are super, super equal. Pack likes the Eagles. Austin, your team is very good. I appreciate that. All right, prove a point. He is from Minnesota, and I'm glad we're getting recognized. Nah, we don't want any recognition. We are the underdogs. We are the sleepers. Everybody sleeps on the Vikings because when things go good for us, we know it's going to go bad. But it's been a fun season. It's one of the few seasons I very much enjoyed as a Vikings fan. 2022, when we won 13 games, I didn't really kind of enjoy it. 2017, I kind of enjoyed with Case Keenum, not as much. 2009, that was the high of the highs with me as a Vikings fan. I was a little bit too young in 98 to deal with the Vikings, but this might be the most enjoyment I've had out of a Vikings team, except maybe like 2012 when Adrian won the MVP. I went to a game in person. I saw him go, and they were just a fun team. Care Gaming, he's been in the chat. Loyal viewer here. What's up, big dog? Here, hope you had a great New Year's. For the dude, you're eating on stream. What makes you think we want to hear you choose? Sorry, TK Stone. Gotta eat some pizza, bro. It's late night. Everyone knows what's going on. Solid overall pizza. But let's get into it, guys. We've been cooking in the chat. Let's get into the games. First game Saturday at 3:30 East or 3:30 Central Time, 4:30 Eastern. We got the Ravens and the Browns. This Browns team is so bad, man. They're dog shit. They're so bad, man. They don't even play Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's the best quarterback on this team. They don't even play him anymore. As much as Jameis Winston throws pick sixes, he's at least kind of fun. DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, 1 career touchdown to 10 career interceptions. Ravens win this game. They win the AFC. They will lock in that 3 seed. I think there's no reason to bet against the Ravens. They're going to take care of business. If they don't, I will be floored. They already lost to this Browns team. They're not going to let that happen again. That's bullshit. They're not going to let this nonsense happen again. All right, Austin. So my family's weird. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Big family. Love it. One brother's a Packers fan. One is a Ravens fan. And my last brother's is a Bills fan. So you got a couple of Bills fans, a Ravens, and a Packers fan in the family. But I like it. It's different. As much as like a complete family unit is fun, it's fun to have a good little rivalry within the family, especially a couple of AFC fans. William had some wings, chips, and Miller Lite. Cheers, brother. We're drinking some Coors and having some DiGiorno pizza. TK's coming at me, guys. You know what's wrong with the internet? No, what's wrong with the internet is idiots like Hassan Biker. Himbos who eat chicken nuggets all day during the day. This is late night, New Year's Day, 2025. We're trying to hang out, have some fun. You know, nothing beats chatting sports with the guys and gals. I'm sure most everybody's the guys here. Late night. All right, go Pack Go. 2025 Super Bowl. Lions or Bills. Everybody, what do you guys think? Lions or Bills in the chat? It's obviously going to be Vikings Bills, but, you know, we can let a Packers fan slide. Not gonna lie, I like the Browns because my grandpa's a fan. I appreciate your grandpa. He actually saw the Browns when they were good. I'm sure your grandpa's old enough to see with the Browns when they were NFL champions. Jim Brown, a great football team, a proud football franchise, the 80s in the AFC Championship game against John Elway. I'm sure he's a real one. Give him a shout out. Ricardo, Vikings for life, bro. Appreciate that. Skull brother. 13th generation production. Steelers going right to the ship, beat Joe Cool, and move on. Well, the Steelers are already locked into the playoffs, but if they do beat Joe Cool on Saturday night, that's our next game, they'll be the 5th seed. They'll take on the Texans. Great matchup. I like whoever is the 5th seed, whether it be the Chargers or the Steelers. I will take them against Houston. And I like Houston, but I think they're just kind of falling off a cliff. And that leads to a second round matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs, most likely. Not a good matchup for Pittsburgh, as we saw. Texan Nation, Trevor, supporting his guys. How you feeling about CJ Stroud? Kind of a down year. If they go one and done, how do you feel? If they win a playoff game and just won, if they get to the divisional round, how you feeling? Let me know in the comments. Ricardo says Vikings Bills. Williams shitting on the Cowboys. Everybody's shitting on the Cowboys. Everybody hates the Cowboys. Ravens are stronger. Is this official or a mock draft? Matt, this is the playoff picture moving forward. Nothing is official. This is the current standings, and we plugged in the first game of Week 18, Saturday afternoon. We have the Ravens beating the Browns. I think everyone's good with that, but you can look at the standings. We're not official yet, but we can do that, and I'll do the tankathon. Let me do tankathon here. We can pull up the draft not Tank Dell. Let's do NFL draft order. We can go NFL draft order 2025. Tankathon's going to take care of us. Wait, hold up. Yeah, here we go. All right. So Tankathon here. New England's sitting pretty at the one position thanks to the Giants. Then we got Tennessee at 2. So New England doesn't need a quarterback. They'll probably trade out of this spot. Now, how far do they trade? Cleveland, they can't take a quarterback. Cleveland has dug their grave with Deshaun Watson, unfortunately. So New England can maybe slide with Tennessee, so Tennessee gets their first pick at quarterback. New England takes Travis Hunter, and then the Giants can maybe slide with Cleveland, get their quarterback at 3. Cleveland moves back to 4, and they get Robinson the pass rusher from Penn State. Y'all know his name in the chat. Chop Robinson was last year's pass rusher. Whoever the pass rusher is for Penn State, he's going to Cleveland probably. Maybe Cleveland takes a tackle. I don't know what Cleveland does. The Giants need a quarterback. The Jags, not a quarterback. No quarterback for Carolina. Jets need a quarterback. Vegas needs a quarterback. Chicago needs offensive line. That's the only thing they need to focus on. New Orleans needs a quarterback. San Francisco, who the hell knows? But it's a really interesting top of the draft right there. So nothing is set in stone. Austin, one sister's a Bills fan. Yeah, you got the Bills fan. You got the other is a Cowboys fan, and her boyfriend is also a Cowboys fan. That sucks. Nobody wants to be a Cowboys fan, and you and your brother and your mom as a Bills fan, and your dad is also a Cowboys fan with your man. That's awesome. I do like the family being all over the place. They're kind of crazy. Kyre, my favorite teams are the Vikings, Dolphins, Browns, and Bears only because my mom is a fan. You do got to support your mama. Good thing my mom has been converted to a Vikings fan, and she had no allegiance. Unfortunately, my dad did that to her, and it sucks, and she bitches about it all the time because the Vikings do that shit and lose games. Dolphins are a fun squad. They got to get rid of their head coach, and sucks to me. Being a Browns-Vikings fan is almost being as bad as a Vikings-Jets fan, which is me and most of my family. All right, Trevion Moss. I still got faith in number 7, but it has been a disappointing. Yeah, definitely disappointing for Houston. I do like CJ Stroud, but it's kind of like the CJ Stroud. Me and my buddy were talking tonight. Like, this is kind of what we thought CJ Stroud was going to look like coming out, and he didn't look like that in year 1. But this is the worry. He has bad decision making. It's all play action heavy. I don't know. There's a lot of question marks. I do like DeMeco Ryan as a head coach. Now, you're missing Tank Dell, you're missing Stephon Diggs. Is that a big impact? The offensive line is so bad in Houston. Just the absolute worst. Drago, made in Brazil. Brazil. Good football team, i.e., soccer. And guess what? Terrible luck with that field in week 1 against the Packers and the Eagles. Also went to the Bills-Cowboys game with his sister, brother, mom, dad, and other sister and her boyfriend last year. Was that game in Dallas or was that game in Buffalo? Can't remember. Let me pull that up. I'm sure I'll drop it in the chat, but let me look at the 2023 Dallas. Buffalo. All right, it was in Buffalo. Fun time. I'm assuming the Bills won then because the Cowboys can't win a road game to save their life. And, fun time. Loved Buffalo. One of my favorite stadiums I've been to. Even though he lives in New York, upstate New York, I'm assuming. Honestly, one of my favorite stadiums. It kind of sucks, but it's a great place to watch a football game. 31-7 Bills. Sounds about right. Cowboys can't win on the road. I have a lot of fun stadiums. I have yet to have been to the new Vikings stadium. The Metrodome kind of sucked, but it was a fun time to go watch a game. Cowboy Stadium's awesome. Houston's great. MetLife is fun. The old Meadowlands I've been to, that was a great stadium. The Link is kind of a cool place to watch a game. And that's about it in NFL stadium. Been a lot more baseball stadiums than NFL. Honestly, my hobbies are football, geography, and playing games. You sound like my kind of guy. I love football, obviously. Love geography. Love playing games, man. Let me know if you want to leave a comment on a video, DM me. Whatever. I do love those things. You sound like a cool cat, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, you sound just like me as a young lad. I was all about football, geography, and playing games as a young lad. Raiders also strong. Raiders, I don't know what to do with the Raiders, man. I do like some of their roster. I love Brock Bowers. I love Brock Bowers coming out. I love Brock Bowers. Antonio Pierce kind of makes me question things. Aiden O'Connell's a solid quarterback, I should say. He's definitely not a franchise guy, but I think he's going to be a long-term backup in this league. He's good enough to spot start and win you games. So I think Aiden O'Connell's not a franchise guy, but he's here for the long term as a backup, career backup. Kind of those weird. He kind of reminds me of a better Gardner Minshew. Because Gardner Minshew's been a super solid guy. He's won a lot of games in this league, but he's never good as a starter. And that's kind of Aiden O'Connell. Don't put him in that situation. But if you get into a situation where your quarterback's hurt for 2 weeks and you're a playoff team, you desperately need dubs, Aiden O'Connell can go out there and get you a dub, maybe get you 2, survive with him. I like him. Fun guy out of college. I think he's going to have a long NFL career. Maybe as a backup, probably as a backup, but definitely not as a starter. On said he was supposed to go to the Bills-Packers game in 2022, but he couldn't because he had a championship game in 5th grade, and I was a starting center, and I couldn't let my team down, and he won. Well, congratulations, big dog. Went undefeated. There you go. I played center for my first year as football, but hands, I could never get the center down, moved to guard, moved to tackle, and then they put me in my true position, which is a pass catcher at tight end. I'm just a little vertically challenged, not too vertically challenged, but if I was about 3 inches taller, your boy would be playing in one of these games, I'm sure, and not talking to you guys about it. But alas, we are here, and I have a great time with you guys. But all right, Steelers Bengals. Let's get into it. Steelers Bengals. The Bengals are just playing such good ball right now. And, I like Pittsburgh getting George Pickens back. It helps the offense a lot. I think they've regressed a little bit, but I'm really more concerned about their defense. Their defense has been shit. They kind of suck. I'm going with the Bengals. The Bengals defense is bad, arguably the worst in football, but I just think it's just enough. And Pittsburgh keeps reeling, but they've done enough to get into the postseason. We knew the schedule was going to be brutal. William rolling with his New York Giants, and obviously he's a Yankees fan. Austin still plays football, and he's in the 7th grade. Good. Those are the best times, Austin. Appreciate that. Getting ready. Football season's over, but locking in, I'm sure. Enjoy it, my man. Don't stress too much. Just hit people. That's my advice to young football players. Watch the NFL, watch college football. You will learn a ton just watching your position when the games are on. And don't stress, have fun, hit people. It's the best. All right, Care, what are your favorite games? Mine are City Skylines, any Madden football games. Haven't got college football yet, and NBA 2K. I shouldn't say hate. I do not play NBA games. They kill me. Not a big City Skylines guy, but I'm a big Civilization guy. So same area. I used to grind Madden. Madden Ultimate Team drove me insane. College football is my game this year, and MLB The Show. So big sports game guy this year. Obviously, any of your shooters, any of your Call of Duties, I will cook on that. But we got the same kind of taste, my guy. I appreciate this. God did go Vikings. Skull, brother. Skull. Austin, you know what's crazy about my 5th grade? Hit us, Austin. What is crazy about your 5th grade year? I'm sure everybody in the chat is appreciating that. It's late night. We appreciate everybody hanging out, stopping by, giving us some fun facts. It's 2025. We're rocking into the new year. And we have 2 wins. We got our Saturday slate of games figured out. We're going with the Ravens. We're going with the Bengals. If we got a massive disagreement in the chat, let me know. But I think that's what we're looking at, and we're going to keep things spicy for the rest of the slate of games. Now, Houston, Tennessee. Houston's not playing for much. Tennessee really can't afford to win, though. They're going to play both quarterbacks, but Brian Callahan is coaching for his job, so I could definitely see Tennessee finding a way to win this game. But is Davis Mills still the backup in Houston? Let me look at this. We're going to ESPN right now. Give me the Texans. If Davis Mills is still the backup, the Texans are still cooking. Will always cooking. Davis Mills is still the backup in Houston. Give me the Texans. The Texans are going to win this game. I'm all in on the Texans now. Davis Mills, he won some games. He was a starter for 2 freaking years on this team. He won some games. It wasn't a disaster. Oh, my God. Nice. I like playing franchise mode. A little less stress. Yes. Unfortunately, I play Online Dynasty with my friends since middle school, and it's the most stressful. I hate everything. It even makes me hate my closest friends for a little bit of time. But I do appreciate a guy who can deal with the less stress of that and just chill, have fun. Austin, cooking it. Dad got him playing center. I appreciate that. It was a perfect snap. You got talent, man. It's hard to do. Highlights. What do you think of the CFP so far? CFP has kind of sucked overall. We have a fantastic betting record. We are 4-1 in the CFP games. The only game we missed was Clemson plus 12 against the Horns in the first round, and they honestly should have covered that spread no problem. Greetings from Paris. Look at that international style. But you know what? It's hard to deal with. I think we're going to see a format change overall from the CFP. Probably not going to see the conference champions all get buys. Probably get your top 4 seeds get a bye. Conference championship can get you in. We'll probably expand to 14 teams overall. So there's only 2 byes, like the 1 and 2 seed get a bye, and then everybody else is playing in the first round. I want to see more SEC teams and Big Ten teams get automatic bids, but it's a work in progress. Honestly, just put your boy in charge. I'll fix everything. I'm the key. I am the answer to all our sports woes and conundrums. And the more you guys support, the more you guys drop likes on the stream, the more you subscribe, the more you watch, the more likely it is I am to take over all of these sports, and all your input can be taken in, and we can fix sports as we know it, because we all know, damn, we need a little bit of fixing in these sports. What happened to the Oilers? They moved to Tennessee. The Oilers moved to Tennessee. They became the Titans, and then Cal McMahon took over, got a team back to Houston. They became the Texans, and we have had the same since 2002. 32 teams. Center Phenom, do you play Madden Ultimate Team? I used to play Madden Ultimate Team. It was too much stress on my life. I spent way too much money, and by way too much money, I mean I spent like $50 extra on that because I was very proud. I'm very proudly a no money spent team most of the time. I just got so frustrated with that. And, can't deal with it. I don't play CFB Ultimate Team, just play Online Dynasty. And I played Diamond Dynasty in MLB The Show. No money spent. That's my favorite thing to do. We'll have more of those streams. I do love me some good baseball, especially in the offseason. Don't worry, guys. I'm not just strictly an NFL channel. I will cover the National Football League. We're going to have the Combine. I cover the Combine. I cover the Draft. But there's a lot of slow time in there. I cover free agency. I will cover basketball. I'll cover hockey. We're going to cover baseball this season. No Olympics this year, no World Cup, but I cover it all. I'm a one-man sports stop shop for everybody here. What college are you fans of? I like Minnesota Gophers, the Ducks, and Nebraska. Well, I root for my boys over there, the Texas A&M Aggies, which I am an alumni. Thanks and gig 'em. Over there, I'm getting an Aggie helmet. We'll get an Aggie helmet soon enough. With as much support as you guys give, soon enough, I'll be able to get that Aggie helmet, put it next to my Viking helmet, and maybe I'll wear it on stream when we have enough people watching for them. But I like them. I like Michigan. I like Duke in basketball. I like Kansas. I like lots of teams. I like watching good football teams. I like watching good baseball teams. I like watching good basketball teams in college. I like Oregon. Oregon's a fun team. I have a lot of close Oregon fans. I can't root for Nebraska because my buddy is Nebraska in our Online Dynasty, and he keeps giving me a pain in the ass. So screw the corn. But in real life, I don't have any problem with them. I like the Gophers, because I have a lot of Minnesota friends I've made over the years, even though I'm not a Minnesota native. I'm just a Vikings fan, but I've met a lot of Gophers fans and people like that. I'm trying to think of other teams. You always got to pick for like rivalries, teams you like. I like Notre Dame. Notre Dame was my team as a kid growing up. So obviously I have a soft spot for the Fighting Irish. I applied to Notre Dame. I almost went to Notre Dame. Did not go to Notre Dame. Wanted to stay a little bit closer to home, but I do like the Irish overall. So I do have a soft spot for teams, but it's just on a case-by-case basis. And you know what? If I bet on you and you win, I'm going to like you. If I bet on you guys, I'm going to like you guys, especially when it comes to college football or March Madness in the big dance. Jaden says the Bucks are winning. I definitely agree. I think the Bucks are going to win. I think the Bucks are going to get into the postseason. Bucks are beating the Vikings in the playoffs. Jaden, the Bucks are not going to play the Vikings because the Vikings are going to be our number 1 seed in the playoffs there. I got Josh Allen and LTM. Ooh, not the... Oh, he's my favorite. It took me all day to get that car. Yes, it was such a grind, especially to get... Is he like the number... He's the top drop, I'm assuming, in LTM. Probably recently. God. Oh, my God. It was such a pain in the ass, such a grind to get top-tier cards. And Madden Ultimate Team. God, give me flashbacks. I hated that shit. I remember that was 2001 when the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, and I saved all my coins to get the Super Bowl MVP, and it was 99 overall Brady. It was perfect for my offense because I did not run a mobile quarterback offense. And Brady came in and we cooked with that 99 overall field general Brady. Oh, I love me a good field general. I remember that I was watching the Expos Major League Baseball. Oh my God, Williams old, man. Even though the Nationals and the Expos were a little bit younger than most people would think, the Expos were in the 2000s. Kayer, Notre Dame's good. Mom's from the area. She's an Indiana lady. Oregon is taking it this year. Absolutely, Magneto. I would not, you know what? No problem here with the Ducks. I think the Ducks are a great team. Tough matchup with the Buckeyes. If whoever wins that game, I would definitely think is going to win that national championship. 94 World Series canceled. Yes, the Expos were the best team in baseball that year. They had Vlad Guerrero. I think they still had Randy Johnson, Edgar Martinez, Tim the Rock Raines in 94. And the season got canceled, and Canadian baseball was never the same. Big Hallow is a Bills fan. Austin obviously supporting them Bills. Jaden wish they are going number one. Bolt up Joe Bagwell. Chargers. I like the Chargers. I love me some Jim Harbaugh. Austin, nah, man. You keep me going, man. Keep talking in the chat. You're keeping me going. Joe Bolt up. Jim Harbaugh is my favorite. I was very upset when the Vikings did not hire Jim Harbaugh back in 2022. Obviously, it worked out with Kevin O'Connell, but I do love Jim Harbaugh. That's why I like Michigan a lot. People give him a lot of shit. He's a little goofy. That is a great football coach. If I wanted to rebuild my team, set the culture right, that's the guy, man. I love Jim Harbaugh. I wish I could meet Jim Harbaugh. Maybe I'll do an interview with him one time. If we're lucky enough, I would spend, I would talk ball with him all day. And it's thanks to you guys, we might have that opportunity. Jaden, 2021 is the best year with the Bucks. Yeah. A great year. Picked the Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl over the Chiefs that year. It's one of my best predictions ever preseason. I had a great stretch there. I was 3 in a row right. I had Chiefs, Bucks, and then Chiefs. Unfortunately, the Chiefs lost. I had the Chiefs against the Eagles. I had the Chiefs last year. I've been 2 for 2 on the channel with our Super Bowl picks. Now, not my preseason picks, but I've been pretty good with the Chiefs in that big game. And obviously, Tom Brady in the big game. I had to stick with my preseason pick. Who has the first draft pick currently? The New England Patriots have the first overall draft pick. The Tennessee Titans are number 2. Here is our draft order as we currently stand. If the Patriots lose and the Titans lose, this is what we're looking at here. And the Patriots really don't have a tiebreaker. There's no way to catch them. Their strength of schedule is so low. I think this is what we're going to be looking at the top 3. I don't think Cleveland wins. Tennessee could win against a Texans team who's not playing. Bills aren't playing against New England, but New England is also not playing. They understand what's on the line. They're definitely tanking for them. So I think it's going to be the Patriots with the first overall pick. And it's interesting. They don't need a quarterback. That team is dog shit. That team sucks. I love Drake May. Drake May was my second favorite quarterback coming out of the draft last year. I wanted the Vikings to trade it for Drake May so bad. I knew Drake May was going to be great. Drake May is awesome. That is a future franchise guy. And it sucks it's going to the Patriots because, Christ, I've dealt with the Patriots my entire life being a great football team. I was a young little lad when they won their first Super Bowl. And I remember it vividly, and I never thought we would be here with the big bad Patriots. Austin, are you a Yankees fan? Yes, unfortunately, I am a Yankees fan. We suck and blew it this year, but I'm a Yankees fan. I have the most unique set of fandom in sports. I've been a fan of all of these teams since, at minimum, 1996. Since 1996, I've had 4 professional sports teams I've rooted for in every sport, and they have yet to change. I am a Minnesota Vikings fan. I am a New York Yankees fan. I am a Philadelphia 76ers fan and a Colorado Avalanche fan. Since the Avs moved to Colorado in 1996, those have been my 4 professional sports teams for my entire life. And yeah, some have been good, some have been bad. And I live and die by all of them. Some more than others, a little bit. But I do love all my teams. And I love it when we can eventually win. And I just happen to hop into my shitty college team, the Texas A&M Aggies. Super Bowl 55, 31-9. Oh, was that the Broncos? Was that Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl 55? Was that recently? I know Super Bowl 50 was the Panthers and no. What was Super Bowl 55? I'm drawing a blank, man. I'm so good with Super Bowls and I'm drawing a friggin' blank. Oh, it was there you go. It was the Buccaneers Chiefs. I should have known that. Couldn't have told you the score of that game. You know, COVID kind of screws everything up. 31-9, dominating game. Chiefs lost both their tackles, dominating. You think Colorado's player is going to be picked first? If the Patriots hold on the first pick, I do think Travis Hunter will be the first overall pick. But I do not think the Patriots hold on the first pick. So probably Shedeur Sanders, but it could be Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders are like this. I haven't done my deep dive onto those 2 quarterbacks yet. We'll get into our draft stuff once the season ends. I'm a huge combine junkie. I do a ton of research for the draft. We will do a ton of mock drafts on the channel. I watch a ton of film because that's what I do in my fun and free time. So I haven't decided on my first quarterback yet. I would lean Shedeur Sanders as my number 1 quarterback. Cam Ward kind of doesn't get it going for me at all. Magneto's a Mariners fan. I have a hookup for the Mariners. My buddy used to work for the Mariners. Now works for the Seahawks. So, I do support them when they're not playing my Yankees. Austin, a Yankees fan too. He was sad when Judge did nothing. Hey, man. Judge struggled a little bit, dropped that fly ball. Judge did hit that home run against Cleveland that our friggin' bullpen blew in Game 3. That was going to be an all-time home run against Emmanuel Clase. Don't worry. We'll be okay. We got my man Goldschmidt playing first base. I think Yankees are going to be good again next year. And maybe addition by subtraction without Juan Soto. I think we're going to live. Tony Gwynn was the best baseball player ever before he died. Yeah, unfortunately, too much dipping. Died of the mouth cancer. That sucks. Tony Gwynn was, he's my least favorite kind of baseball player because he was a chubby guy that hit for no power. But goddamn, that man could put a bat on a ball and get a base hit as good as anybody. Him and Rod Carew are the 2 best baseball hitters ever, I would say. Just could put a ball, bat on ball, base hit, no problem every day. Let's see. So it's the Bucks and the Chiefs. Thank you, Jaden. Yep, Super Bowl 55. With that ring, I want the Eagles versus DC in round 3. No. No, Stu. We're not getting that matchup in round 3. Okay, if we're going to get Eagles, Commanders, the Commanders better lose this week and slide to that 7 seed. Because, God willing, we're going to get Vikings Commanders in round 2 when the Commanders beat the Los Angeles Rams. And then the Vikings beat the Commanders, and then Philly comes to Minnesota and learns what the House of Pain is all about. People that do playoff baseball drafts really don't know how to do playoff baseball drafts. Fair. The baseball community is kind of an odd bunch of guys. A lot of nerds. Not so many fucking macho man guys anymore. Awesome, we're going baseball talk now. Yep, Soto let us get Goldie and Belly. And plus, we traded for Devin Williams. I thought it was a fair offer we gave Soto. And remember, Soto's best season with Aaron Judge hitting behind him. Stu says is in the 3rd Matchup of the year. Where did I do? What are we talking about? Oh, Eagle. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I thought you meant in the NFC Championship game. Yes, Eagles, Commanders round 3. Yes, absolutely. That'd be a fun game. I think that would be a fun game. I agree. I think the Commanders could win that game too. I know they were in really good shape before Jalen Hurts got hurt, but fuck, Jaden Daniels is. I hated his ass in college. He's been a dog in the NFL. Oh, and Happy New Year. What's up, big dog? Welcome to 2025. Hope you're having a great night. Like the rest of us, we're just chilling, hanging out. Remember the 2 games of the Super Bowls of the 49ers and the Bengals 2 times? It was a beat up on the Bengals. Wasn't the first Bengals 49ers Super Bowl like last second drive by Joe? That was the legend of Joe Montana, I believe. Like that was Joe Montana's first ring, wasn't it? And he like that was where Joe Cool came into birth. And it was like last drive of the game, Niners needed a touchdown, and Joe Montana's like, hey, look, it's John Candy eating popcorn in the stands. That was old Chris Boomer Esiason and Chris Collins. Chris Collinsworth, the legend, was the leading wide receiver on that Bengals team. And, most of y'all know Chris Collinsworth as, the color commentary guy. That's where I learned of him. Obviously, I ain't that old yet. But Chris Collinsworth was a dog wide receiver in the NFL. He was as fast. He could run like a gazelle. It's kind of crazy when you think about Chris Collinsworth. He was an elite NFL wide receiver. Hello is back. Thanks for the sub. Welcome back. Hello. New Year, Michael, 2025. Michael was here last stream. He was having a good time. Let's go 2:09 a.m. My man's on the West Coast out there having fun. What time is it for me? It is 4:11 a.m. currently. Here I am in the Central Time Zone. But not worried. Had a good sleep today. Had a lot of fun hanging out with the homies. Saw some great old friends I've known forever. Celebrated the new year. And I figured bring it home with y'all tonight in the chat. Because you guys have been great the last few streams we had. So I was like, why not? Let's stream. Let's talk ball. I got a video I got to edit tomorrow with all my Week 18 picks. Plus, gonna stream. Tomorrow's Wednesday? I'm gonna stream tomorrow night. We're gonna stream tomorrow night. We're gonna talk about all our picks for Week 18, and we're gonna stream Friday night. I'm gonna be here tomorrow night. We're gonna talk about CFP games. We're gonna talk about Week 18 in the NFL. Friday night, I'm gonna talk about my favorite bets of the Week 18. Austin's pulling an all-nighter. It's 5:11. He's a young man. He's feeling good. He's pulling an all-nighter. That was my favorite shit to do as a kid. Excuse my language, but you know what? He's cool enough to hang out with us. We can talk a little bit. All right, Michael says, rumors about the 49ers might trade up with the Patriots to draft a QB. Oh, Grant Cohn brought it up. See, the problem is I don't know if the 49ers have enough capital to move up. They have 0 cap space. What are you going to do with Brock Purdy? The 49ers, I think, need a complete rebuild. Unfortunately, I don't think John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are going to survive to see the rebuild in San Francisco. They're the oldest team, I think, by starter in the NFL. They have 0 cap space. They're old. They're beat up. They're losing pieces left and right. And Brock Purdy's going to demand a payday. Now, he's looked like shit in the last 2 games, and I thought Brock Purdy's been great this year. Maybe they try and go for Sam Darnold, but I don't know. I think San Francisco's in a rebuild. The rebuilds come a lot faster than you thought they were. William's only 31 years old. Hey, you're younger than me, William. But we're about the same age. He still remembers the old sports. So we kind of know. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, William. We grew up in the same time frame there. We're almost the same age. It's 5:11 in the Central Time. No. Oh, in Connecticut. In CT, that's Connecticut. That's 5:11 in Connecticut. Not tired at all. Austin feels good. Not tired at all. He's been taking shots of root beer over there or some Coca-Cola. Stay up, maybe some Red Bull. Bills, Ravens, Texans, Eagles, Commanders, Vikings. That's my money lines bets this week. I like they're trying the Vikings, obviously, like the Bills, like the Ravens. Texans, kind of weird, but yeah, I'm okay. I think we're taking the Texans also. Eagles and the Commies as well. Jeff, earlier, do you think the Eagles have a good shot at winning it all? Absolutely. Eagles are in my Super Bowl bubble. I do worry about Nick Sirianni because he's kind of a goofball, and he's Nick Sirianni. I think we all know what's going on there. And Jalen Hurts has kind of been weird passing the ball, and the secondary kind of worries me. They've been really good this year, but they had a problem against Washington. But if you told me the Eagles made the Super Bowl, would not at all be surprised. Let's see, 49ers trade Bosa and Debo, or trade Bosa and Kyle. Okay, I can see that. Definitely. Michael's old man, 47, watching old school football. Yeah, that was when football was football, man. Those early 90s games, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, man. Great football. I mean, I think the first Super Bowl I remember first Super Bowl I picked ever was Cowboys Steelers. And then the first Super Bowl I remember was Packers Patriots. Brett Favre's first Super Bowl win. I remember that Super Bowl. It's about as Austin's ripping root beer over here. Love it. That's only playoff bets. Okay, I like it. Those are all, all sneaky good playoff teams here. Not just this week. Where were we? I'm trying to go back and find the picks, but I know the Vikings, Commies, and Eagles were in that, so I like that picks. I like all those picks. Cameron's back, the Packers fan. The one Packers fan I will put up with. Oh, look at this. Are we almost at 0? Oh, we're at 55 viewers. If we can keep this up until we hit 0, we got a big surprise for the chat. Some of these have been here. We're cooking. Care's back. Where should I mention because I'm not paying $11 on Premium X. Yeah, just DM me. My DMs are open on X, so don't worry about paying Premium on X. If you want to DM me on that, just DM me on Twitter. Premium or not, my DMs are open. Oh my God, I'm not even logged in Twitter. Where else? Let me find something here. What is my Twitter handle? There we go. Let me draw my Twitter handle in the chat. I got logged out of all my accounts the other day because computer safety and stuff. But, if you guys want to drop me a DM, my DMs are open on Twitter. We are Peter D_28, and it will be After the Review Sports on Twitter. Hit me up, just DM me there. We can chat, answer questions, other things like that. And if you just want to leave a comment on a video or whatever, I get back to all my comments and stuff like that. Oh, stream's not maintaining smooth streaming. What the hell? For Real Kev is 8-2 on his bets this year. Crushing it, my big dog. We've had a pretty good year on our college bets on backyard bookies. Especially yours truly. My partner Scott is about to do a beer mile because he lost the season. But your boy over here is crushing it. Only one miss so far in the CFP. And that was the shitty Clemson Tigers. Let me down. All right, let's catch up. Oh, a couple updates here. Lamar Dawkins with the sub. Appreciate the support. Cameron, our Packers fan. He's going to be the resident Packers fan of the channel that I can put up with and support. So whenever the Packers are doing Packer stuff and I need a Packers viewpoint, Cameron's our guy now. I appreciate the sub and the support. When you pull an all-nighter and you go to school, but after first period, you're asleep. Yeah, but you shouldn't be going to school, man. It's the New Year's, man. You're off tomorrow. I know you're off tomorrow. Don't lie to me, Austin. Don't be that guy. One thing I was praised that we don't get another Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl. Yeah, repeat Super Bowls kind of suck, but it's definitely on the table. If I had to pick one team in the AFC, I would pick the Kansas City Chiefs. Unfortunately for everybody, most everyone out there, Eagles got a little bit of a tougher path this year, but it's definitely on the table for them. But hey, what if the Eagles win the Super Bowl over the Chiefs? A little change of pace. Jeff's, I've always supported Hurts, but man, imagine what our offense would look like with a way better passer. Yeah, Hurts has been a great rushing quarterback. I mean, it was just kind of crazy to see Kenny Pickett, Devonta Smith, his best game of the year. A.J. Brown having a great, getting a touchdown with Tanner McKee at quarterback. It's kind of a weird situation. I kind of blame, Kellen Moore. I kind of blame Nick Sirianni. Jalen Hurts was a good passer at Oklahoma. Not an elite passer, but he was a good passer at Oklahoma. I think they got to change kind of the approach overall, but it's hard to find a really good quarterback in the NFL. I'd be happy with Jalen Hurts as my quarterback. You could be a team like the Raiders. You could be a team like the Giants. Jalen Hurts is clearly more than good enough to win you a lot of football games in the National Football League. So don't underappreciate a good quarterback when you got one. Michael watches old school Viking games. We're talking Randy Moss. We're talking Chris Carter. We're talking before them. We're talking Brad Johnson. Wade Wilson at quarterback, a.k.a. Deadpool, was the quarterback for the Vikings. Rue says, yo, what's up, Rue? Oh, all right. Austin's rocking them root beers. It's New Year's Day. Rock the root beers game. Hang out on YouTube with the chat. All right. Michael's collecting college football cards from 85 to 96. God, Notre Dame, Penn State, Nebraska. I'm thinking those are the guys who were great. That's well before my time. I didn't get into college football till 2001 when I was a well-formed little lad over there. Miami, Ohio State's the first national championship game I remember watching because college football is just not really a big thing on the East Coast. Man, I'm catching up here. So many great Viking college rookie cards. Yeah, I can imagine. 85 to 96, Robert Smith. God, Chris Dolman? Was Chris Dolman right around then? Yeah. John Randall, Texas Western. Twitter, aka X now. Yeah, it's still Twitter. If you're old enough, it's Twitter. We all know it's Twitter if you're old enough. If you don't talk about wrestling, but one of my favorite matches is WrestleMania 12 when Iron Man, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, the Iron Man match. You know what? Wrestling, I watched wrestling as a kid. My parents didn't like me watching wrestling because it was fake. I'll tell you what, one of the best sports documentaries you can watch is Mr. McMahon. If you watch Mr. McMahon, I think it's on Netflix, done by The Ringer. Absolutely one of the best sports documentaries you're going to watch. You learn a lot about wrestling. It's a lot of fun. Wrestling is fake, but shit, it's so much fun. I watched WrestleMania this year in Philadelphia. It was crazy. I knew what was going to happen, but it was a lot of fun. They know how to put on a good product. Great documentary. Also, the Andre the Giant documentary that The Ringer put on. I believe that's on HBO Max. Check out those two documentaries, even if you don't like wrestling. Super interesting sports documentaries. You'll learn a lot. It's a lot of fun. And I love the history of sports, basketball, anything. It's all sports. Like, those guys are athletes. It may be fixed results, but those guys are super athletes. For some reason, I can't do y'all have a Discord or Instagram? I do have an Instagram. I have an Instagram. Let me find my piece of shit Instagram for you guys that I barely look at, but I do have, and I do look at it some. I shouldn't lie. What is my tag on Instagram? I do believe. All right, my Instagram is easy. Let's go. Insta is after the. All right, my Instagram is just after the review. My name all lowercase, not the sports, just after the review. I'm on Instagram, working on a Discord. I have a personal Discord I use for to record stuff with the homies. But maybe if you guys want a Discord in the chat, everybody drop Let's drop, what kind of emoji do we want in the chat? Everybody drop purple hearts in the chat if you want a Discord. We'll maybe get a Discord for the community. The community's getting kind of big now here. Almost at 4,000 subs on the channel. So we're getting pretty big here. Maybe we'll have to have a community Discord, get everybody to talk ball and stuff like that. I'll hang out around. I'm bad at Discord. Michael's, Stamford, Connecticut. AKA The Office was there. My cousin lives in Connecticut. Ooh, everyone's dropping purple hearts. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of purple hearts. Might have to form a Discord for you guys. Let everybody into the chat. So I'll think about that. Be sure to drop by. Austin put all the purple hearts in there. Damn, all right. You guys are swaying me. It's not going to be ready tonight. Maybe not next week, but we'll get a Discord going, get the community going, put it on the videos so everybody can hang out. Let's see what Cameron has to say. All I want this year is to win. The only people I'll be able to tolerate to lose. That's a true Packers fan right there. Sorry for the grammar. I got you. I appreciate it. That's you know what? Good Packers fan. I saw a lot of Lions fans rooting for the Packers this weekend against the Vikings because they damn scared of us. Good. Only Packers fans should only give a shit if the Vikings and Lions and Bears lose. And as a Vikings fan, I only care if the Packers, Lions, and Bears lose. So, good fan. I appreciate the back and forth. Michael does Discord and Snapchat. All right. Everyone's on Discord. I feel like a damn boomer. I'm on Discord, but I don't use it like y'all. But because there's been so much support tonight, probably get a Discord. At least open up the Discord for everybody to hang out. Because I want to talk to you guys. I want to have fun, like the community. I want to get you guys involved. We have plenty of things I want to do. Live streams, gaming with you guys, you know, even contests during the year like March Madness. Like we got a March Madness bracket. I want to get a community bracket going where everyone's doing this, that, and the other in the brackets. Fantasy leagues. I do help run a fantasy football channel with, you know, one of the great supporters of this channel early at the catch, my man John. He was one of the early supporters. I think I had like 70 subscribers when John found our channel, and you know we're almost at 10,000 over there at the catch, and he's kind of been a huge support for us. So yeah, all sorts of fun stuff with you guys. Want to interact more. Let's see, how do you feel about Darnold, or do you want to extend him and go with JJ McCarthy? I want to extend Darnold for at least 2 years, and then we'll see what we do with JJ McCarthy. I trust KOC to make the right decision with quarterback. I do think Darnold's earned it, and plus I want to get JJ's 21 years old. He doesn't turn 22 until, I think, January. He turns 22. So he's got a lot of time there. Let him develop. I mean, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, 24, 25. Let JJ McCarthy cook a little bit. Then we can roll him out there. We saw how good that went for my guy, the Patrick Mahomes. I can see the Lions, Bills, Vikings, Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens. There are only 3 possible combinations of AFC, NFC. Yep, potentially, but I feel like it's all those 3. So like Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, and then Lions, Vikings, Eagles. So 6 potential, 9 potential, 3 times 3, 9 potential Super Bowls. Any of those 3, absolutely. Honestly, if you threw in the Rams, I wouldn't be super surprised. Everybody else in the AFC, I think those are the 3 AFC teams, but if you threw in the Rams and the Buccaneers, wouldn't be crazy surprised because, Christ, I respect those 2 quarterbacks a ton. And I hated Baker Mayfield forever. He's a kind of a dog. Bartholomew's back with the skull. Absolutely, brother. Michael's talked to John Sullivan. Yeah, on both. Ooh, we can get it. Maybe we 3 of us get a chat going. Maybe I'd love to talk to John Sullivan about his time as a center in the NFL playing with our Vikings. He's a cool cat. Always loved him out of the University of Notre Dame. one of my favorite, obviously, as a kid, playing for my favorite college and NFL team. Free fun ESPN leagues, I think that would be fun to do. Even if it's like fantasy, if it's a pick'em league where we do spreads every week, if it's March Madness, whatever. Just I want to do more interactive stuff with the community. I've been bad about it, but we've been growing the channel a lot recently, having a lot of fun. That's why I'm doing these live streams, because it's the best way to communicate with you guys. It's the best way to kind of get into it. The chat hit 0, but we're under, but I will give you guys a little bit of treat. Everybody who's here, we will break out the purple cheesehead to finish the night. It's getting so late. I think we're going to roll at least 15 more minutes, maybe all the way another half an hour, if everyone keeps rocking and rolling in here. But we'll roll the purple cheesehead to finish this thing out. And I guess we gotta go through and give our the playoff picture. We're going through and figure out. Let's see. I swear so many don't realize that I'm a Chills Packers fan. Yeah, you're definitely a Chills Packers fan. You know, you're not like the rest of them. I'm a fan. Proud to be able to pitch the first shutout this season against the Saints. Yup, that was a good one. I had the Packers defense in my fantasy semifinals. It did not matter. I got screwed by the Falcons defense against me. But I had the Packers D. I thought that was going to be a great one. Michael's him and his daughter and his mom all play in free fantasy football. Austin's pounded 8 root beers. 8 root beers, not so well in the stomach. Can you add John Sullivan on Facebook? I could. I don't know what the real John Sullivan is, but I could definitely add him. If you send me a link to it, I'll look him up. If he's got an official page, I'll definitely add him. Let him know. All right, we got Hood Baby, JD5. If you go to the Bears, Jets, Browns, Panthers, even if Bryce Young is getting better. I do like me some Bryce Young. QB, yeah, Bryce Young. Maybe. I think Bryce Young's going to stay at quarterback, but definitely, I think the Bears are going to keep Caleb, obviously. Browns are stuck. They're going to stick with freaking Deshaun Watson, which sucks. Jets need a quarterback. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be back. Timmy, luck is real. Let's go cheesehead, but the cheesehead is purple because Skull, brother, 2-0 on the pack this season. The Super Bowl, I want Green Bay versus the Bills. Super Bowl, the community wants Green Bay versus the Lions. The Super Bowl, we're going to get Chiefs versus Lions. No. See, everybody secretly wants the Bills versus the Vikings, the 2-0-4 teams in the Super Bowl. They didn't realize it yet until the Vikings were good. I've seen a lot of Bills-Vikings Super Bowl push this year. We're probably going to get Chiefs-Eagles. The Super Bowl we're going to get is Chiefs-Eagles that nobody wants except for Eagles and Chiefs fans. That's the ultimate finish to the meme right there. All right, Michael. Yeah, I'll look him up and see if I'll send him an invite on Facebook, because I'd love to talk to. He seems like a cool guy. I'd love to do a podcast. Maybe we could do an episode together or something like that. Record with him, and I appreciate, obviously, love all-time Vikings guys. Let's go to picks, guys. We're running out of time here. It's getting late. It's 4:32 in the AM for me. We got the Saturday games. We got the Ravens. We got the Bengals. He has so many former Vikings players on his Facebook. Okay, I'll definitely be able to find him. Just tell him Peter D. Peter D sent him a friend request. I'm sure it's probably automatically accepted. He's a public figure. But we'll get the Discord going. Michael, just hang around in the chats if you want to comment on a video, and maybe we'll get something going. I would appreciate that a lot. It'd be a lot of fun. Talk to a guy like that. And any of you guys, I'll talk in Discord all day. Ravens, Eagles. Ooh, Juan. I like that. That's a spicy pick. Ravens, Eagles. I haven't seen a Ravens, Eagles pick all through the streams. So I like that one. Ravens Eagles. Noted. Juan called Ravens Eagles. Definitely on the table for everybody. Let's just finish this out, though, here before we wrap up the stream, because it is getting late. I do need to get some sleep, but we will be live again tomorrow. So if you haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream, subscribe to the channel. We got daily sports content. I got daily sports stat fact of the day in the shorts format. We got videos every single day. I'm going to edit. I got all my picks for you guys coming out tomorrow in video format, plus our live streams. We're going to go through and talk about every single matchup in week 18. Plus, we will be live once again on Friday night as well. So Wednesday and Friday night, we're going to be live. We'll talk about the college football playoffs tomorrow night. And then Fridays, we're going to be going through my bets, trying to figure things out, what the best bets are for week 18. And then the playoffs will be here. Hopefully, my Vikings will have a bye in week 1, and we can go through all the wildcard games, maybe stream the wildcard games live. All right, let's get into it. Cameron likes the Ravens in that. Austin is back from the bathroom. His tummy is not looking. Taylor is also back. Everybody's back. I like it. Everyone's coming back. That's the big key thing here. So Panthers, Falcons. Falcons pretty much threw away this playoff berth here with the loss to the Commanders. They probably went to Michael Penix like 3 weeks too late. I do love the Panthers. I'm a Bryce Young simp. I loved him in college. I love him now. But no Chuba Hubbard, another guy I love. I don't have I do have like a Discord I use where I can do picks. I don't have a TikTok. I do not have a TikTok either. From the community, we should do a poll. Yeah, you know what, Cameron? We're going to get all this set up. Everybody, if you're sticking around, we have a ton of people who have been here all night. We got a lot of supporters here, so just be sure to be back tomorrow night. And you know what? With your support, with all you guys, we're gonna roll out a lot of new features. I'll start I'm gonna start a Discord tomorrow for everybody. I'll get the links going. We'll get it popping in here. We'll start the After the Review Sports Community channel. Get everybody in the Discord. It'll be the best way to reach me out there because of the support you guys have given me. Whoever wins the Lions Vikings, yep, nice. That will be the 1 seed. Bills Vikings Super Bowl. I hope, Austin, I will be at that game if the Vikings are there. Nice is a Vikings fan. Yes, sir. Skull. Yes. Juan, just noticed I am wearing the purple cheese head. We are cooking over here we're smoking that Packers pack. My mom be like, what do you do all night? Lay down in bed and just watch this guy because he's so cool. Appreciate that, man. Don't tell her I'm wearing a purple cheese head. She'll think very differently of me. Panthers, Falcons. Falcons got to win this game, guys. Falcons have to win this game. Must-win situation for the Falcons. They're at home. No Chuba Hubbard. I think Carolina's kind of got their big Super Bowl win against the Cardinals 2 weeks ago. But I do not think it's enough. We have New Orleans and Tampa. New Orleans and Tampa. Tampa Bay winning their in. They disposed of the Panthers last week. Give me Baker money maker in this game. Give me the Buccaneers, clinch that NFC South. Potentially could be the 3 seed. Probably the 4 seed here. I didn't get any link in the chat. Do I have links blocked here, Michael? John Sullivan Facebook link. Yeah, I don't have any links here. I might have links blocked. Let me see. No, it doesn't think so. Community moderation. I'm looking over here. No, you should be able to drop a link in the chat. If not, God. I'll find him. Don't worry. And if I don't find him tomorrow, we'll have the Discord up tomorrow. I said I'm going to set up a Discord tomorrow, so it'll be ready to rock and roll. So, worst case, just hit up the Discord, join the Discord tomorrow night. You've been here the last few streams, so I'm not worried about it too much. Packers fan here, but my BSU QB is offensive coordinator for the Eagles, so I'm torn. Well, Damon, unfortunately, the Packers looking cooked right now, but the Eagles are very much alive with Kellen Moore. looks like my friend, my friend I've known since middle school, elementary school, looks just like him. Swear to God, looks just like Kellen Moore. And he's doing a good job with the Eagles there. You should activate the community so we can do the stage. If we do stage, we can do picks. Okay, I'll look into that. Michael's, yeah, sounds good. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll get the Discord rocking. For everybody, we had too much love in the chat. I'm running on fumes here. Bills, Patriots. Bills are probably resting guys here. Patriots need to lose to get the number 1 overall pick, and Gerard Mayo is fully aware of that. If Gerard Mayo wins this game, Gerard Mayo will be fired, and I will be the new head coach of the New England Patriots. Me and Mike Vrabel will be running the team, even if the Patriots lose. Hopefully, it's Mike Vrabel still running the team. Give me the Bills. Mitch Trubisky, not the worst backup in the world. Mitch Trubisky can probably win this game. 1 for 1, 69 yards, and a touchdown last weekend. So give me Trubisky. Got a dub. 14-3 Buffalo Bills. Gonna be your 2 seed. Jaguars and Colts. Oh my God, the Colts lose. How did the Colts lose that game to the Giants, guys? Like, seriously, Drew Lock. Thank you, Malik Neighbors, in my fantasy championship. Thank you. Thank you so much. Goated. Do I think the Dolphins are making the playoffs? I do not. I think the Broncos back into the postseason. I do think the Dolphins probably win. The Bengals are the team that should be in, but I think the Dolphins are, unfortunately, cooked. But Snoop Huntley did a serviceable job. We don't know what we're going to get out of Tua. I just do ultimately think the Broncos will back in, spoiler alert, but it could be up in the air. I'm not as sold as I was earlier in the week because of some things we're going to talk about, but give me the Colts, win the game. Pat McAfee's pissing everybody off. They'll win. Jaguars keep the draft pick where they are. Commanders, Cowboys. Commanders need this game for the seeding. Everybody is afraid of the Bengals. They would play the Bills in the first round. The Bills do not want to play the Bengals in the first round of that one, but the Commanders at the Cowboys, if the scoreboard didn't matter, scoreboard doesn't matter, guys, and we're just playing football games without a scoreboard, the Cowboys would be the best team in the world, according to Micah Parsons. They need the 6 seed here. You don't want to slide to the 7 seed. Now, playing the Eagles isn't the worst thing if you're the Commanders, division opponent. Eagles aren't going to be happy about that, but I think they match up really well against the Rams. Rams are struggling to score points these days, and it's going to be indoors on a turf. And that defense is not going to be able to keep up with Jaden Daniels. So I think the Commanders go into Dallas, get a win, get to 12 wins, and really set themselves up to be a sleeper team in the NFC playoffs. Watch out. Washington is the 6th seed. That is a dangerous 6th seed. Beat the Rams, head to Detroit, head to Minnesota. They could do some damage, man. I like the Commanders. They're maybe a little bit ahead of schedule, but they're a feisty squad. Probably not a Super Bowl team, probably not an NFC Championship team, but I think they could definitely get a playoff win this year. Eagles, Giants. Giants are going to throw this away. Eagles win. Tanner McKee does enough. Eagles aren't playing for anything. Saquon's probably going for the record. So imagine Saquon gets 101 yards here. That's going to be enough. Defense plays. Giants making sure they lose. They already blew their game with the win. Packers the same. They got to win to try and get the 6th seed if the Commanders lose. The Bears suck. We know the Bears suck. Caleb Williams is too busy wearing nail polish over here. He's looking fabulous out there, and they're going to lose 11 in a row to close out the season in peak Bears fashion. Last game in Green Bay, Packers can't afford to lose this game. Even if they do rest some people, you don't want to go into the postseason dropping 2 in a row. Lost to the Vikings this week. Don't want to lose to the Bears as well. So you want to get a little positive momentum heading into Philadelphia, most likely into round 1 of the playoffs. All right, chat. Cameron, if you need mods, volunteering, absolutely. We got to look into it. Got to figure all this stuff. Stu, Chiefs are scared of the Bengals. Everybody's scared of the Bengals. Bears might get settled, old coach. You know what? If the Bears get Mike Vrabel, they're scary. If they get Ben Johnson, not worried about them. I heard my dad. I'm probably just gonna come to our room, would sit down on my gaming chair and just a dining room chair and watch you with me. Because your dad's awesome. Your dad is lit. Yoshimon, Dolphins fan or Bengals fan? Which one are you, big dog? Needs the Broncos to lose, so he's either a Broncos or a Dolphins fan. Glad Kellen is out of Dallas. Who thinks the Bills go to the Super Bowl? Damon, I don't know, man. Dallas probably could. Kellen Moore's been awesome with Philadelphia this year. Struggled last year with LA, but Brandon Staley is the worst head coach in football ever. I just raged on this channel. If you want to go look at my old ass videos from last year, I just talked mad shit about Brandon Staley. If I ever meet Brandon Staley, I'm going to tell him he sucks ass and I could do his job 1,000 times better than he did. And I'm not even a Chargers fan. And I hated him. I think the Bills can go to the Super Bowl. Did the Vikings spread go up or down or stayed the same? Vikings spread moved at the open. I think it was 4.5. We can take a quick teaser here. Hop on to action. Let me look. NFL odds. It's at 3. I think it opened at 4.5. It opened at 4.5. Consensus says 2.5. Best line you can get is 3 in some places. So the smart money's been on the Vikings early. I like it. Vegas smart guys like the Vikings early so far. Green Bay sucks. Boo. Yeah, everybody hates. Buddy Austin wants to be a mod. Yeah, we'll figure this stuff out, guys. Don't worry about it. I know who's here. I'm keeping mental tabs of everybody who's been here early on the stream. Pete Carroll might want to coach the Bears. Yeah, what's Pete Carroll doing, man? Pete Carroll probably wants to coach again. I'm a Bears fan if it's perfectly normal. Connor, I'm sorry about that. Yoshiman is a Dolphins guy. Fans need a Broncos loss. Hopefully Tua plays. I think it's going to be Snoop Huntley again, though. Go Pack Go. Love the Bears QB in the North. You know, Kyler's looking fabulous. Don't worry about him. He's got nail polish. I love my quarterbacks with nail polish. All right, Seahawks and the Rams. This was supposed to be a great game. This was supposed to be for the NFC West. Uh-oh, the timer's out. Uh-oh. Who needs the timer? We got viewers here. All right, we're gonna close this out, guys. It's getting late. All right. Rams Seahawks, this was supposed to be for the NFC West. It unfortunately is not for the NFC West. The Rams have clinched the NFC West, but there are seeding implications in this game. Do not fret. The Rams win this, they are the 3 seed. If they lose this and the Buccaneers win, they will slide to the 4 seed. There's a big difference between playing the loser of Detroit and Minnesota versus playing the Commanders, I think. Plus, if the Packers can upset with the Eagles, which I think is on the table, played week 1 in Brazil, close game. I think you kind of have to win this game if you're the Rams, even though I think Sean McVay will rest people. J-Rock says they're going to kick ass in the playoffs. Fly, Eagles fly. Well, I hope they are flying until the NFC Championship game against the Vikings. Then it's cry. Eagles cry. Lions are too injured. They're toast. Bears, yeah, everybody's shitting on the Bears. What's up, Cheesehead? Too bad it's a Vikings Cheesehead, Marcelo. So we are a skull. We are the purple people eaters in this chat, but he is a Steelers fan from Brazil. Appreciate the support, big dog. Your clock on the bottom hit 0. Thank you, awesome. Connor, y'all hot garbage. Ooh, talking shit. Ooh, I like the spice, guys, but keep it friendly. Keep it friendly. Keep it friendly. If you want to jab back and forth, just no personal attacks whatsoever. But I love the shit talk. I'm about that smoke. Rams lose to Tampa. Ooh. Ooh. Packers are the Vikings. Look at this. It's getting spicy. Packers, yeah, we'll get to the playoffs pick. Don't worry. These are not my official. I'm not giving playoff picks. I just think these are all on the table. I could see all 3 wildcard teams winning in the first round of the playoffs. Packers, Commanders, Vikings / Lions all could win in the first round of the playoffs. We could see 3 road teams win in the NFC. That's how good I think the NFC is. I mean, look at these records. If we go by records here, we're going to have the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4 seed / 5 seed. Like, what? 3 of the top 5 seeds are going to be on the road. Rams 11-6, Buccaneers 10-7. It's crazy. Dolphins, Jets. Give me the Dolphins barely. I think the Dolphins are in real trouble here. If the weather gets to them, it could be super cold. Aaron Rodgers could be like on some ayahuasca or some shit and like tripping into the 14th dimension. And like maybe he sees God and he can throw 14 touchdown passes in this game. But I think Snoop Huntley, if he plays, is a serviceable fill-in for the Dolphins. I hope Tua plays, because Tua's really, good enough. But the cold weather is a concern. Dolphins, cold weather, I'm never going to get over it. Chiefs, Broncos. Look, I talked a little bit about this game. I wanted to go more in depth, but it's getting late here. The Chiefs, so they haven't played in 11 days. They played on Christmas. It'll be 11 days till they play on Sunday. If the Chiefs rest their starters, they'll then have the week off. And then they'll be playing in the divisional round of the playoffs. The Chiefs will have 20-plus days off if they don't play their guys this week, and they're talking about sitting starters. I think we're going to see Mahomes for the first half. Carson Wentz is going to play in the second half. I think we see a good chunk of the starters in the first. Maybe Kelsey and Chris Jones, like older vets, get the week off. But man, I find it really hard to go 20-plus days off and then just turning it on in the postseason. So there is a window here where the Broncos could be in trouble. I think the Broncos are a little bit overrated. I've been calling them frauds all year. Sorry, Broncos fans. Broncos know this team is a fraud. I hate Sean Payton. Sean Payton's a piece of shit. Their run defense is good. Their pass defense is dog shit against good teams lately. Patrick Surtain's the best corner in the NFL, but they also can't run the ball, and I'm not a believer. Bo Nix does not have me jazzed up whatsoever. I'm going to take the Broncos. I think the Broncos back into the playoffs. I hate it. I don't think they should be allowed to back into the playoffs. I hope the Bengals make the playoffs. That would make it the most fun, the most spicy, because Joe Burrow is the damn Grim Reaper. Everybody's afraid of the Bengals. There's only one soul. There is one man, not named Tom Brady, who has defeated Patrick Mahomes in the postseason. And that's Joe Burrow. He fears no man. And everybody else is goddamn afraid of Patrick Mahomes. Maybe Sam Darnold's not, because he just doesn't care and doesn't play in the AFC. But, all right. Quick catch up on the chat. Real quick. Let me see. I think the Vikings Packers will get to the Super Bowl. The Packers beat the Eagles. Maybe we could be good friends. Eagles fry. Green Bay beat the Eagles in the playoffs. Lol. Hey, man, it's on the table. That was a really close game week one. And they're not in shitty Brazil. How the Chargers the 5th seed. So, the Chargers are the 5th seed. If the Steelers lose to the Bengals and the Chargers win, they are the 5th seed. Yes, so it's very much on the table. If the Steelers win, they are your 5th seed. But if they lose on Saturday and the Chargers win, the Chargers will be the 5th seed. Very much on the tables. I want the Vikings to play the Packers in the playoffs. I want no part of the Packers again. Yeah, that's just how that's how the Chargers get the 5th seed. He is the Texans. Yeah, would you rather play the Steelers or the Chargers? I would honestly rather play the Steelers if I'm the Texans. But tough season for them, man. I'm really disappointed in how CJ Stroud and the squad has looked this year. What would your score prediction be? The Vikings versus Lions game, 35-31 Vikings. Yep, that's right on cue. It's going to be in the 30s, I think. And if the Vikings don't score 30-plus points, we better win that game comfortably because we shut down the Lions. Otherwise, I think we're going to need 35 to 40 points to win that game. Trying to steal the belt from the Lions. Chiefs are overrated, but they get all the calls. Honestly, I know what the perception is, but the Chiefs really don't get all the calls if you look at the raw data, which I have. But I totally understand that perception. Fifth seed, thick, oily men. Ooh, don't get me excited. Thick, oily men. I don't want to master it. If Minnesota or Detroit win the NFC, my Eagles kick all their asses. The Eagles don't want no part of going to Minnesota, I'll tell you that much. If they're at home, they feel great. Going on the road, the Eagles feel very vulnerable. And plus 80,000 betting this year. Connor, great job. They'll get run over by both teams. I'm a Bears fan. I feel bad for you being a Bears fan. Everybody's glazing. Let's go, Buffalo. Jay Nasty. Happy New Year. Who do you think deserves the MVP? Give me deserves or is going to win. I think Josh Allen slightly deserves and is going to win the MVP. He's had an unbelievable season. If we're strictly on who's been the best player in the National Football League this year, it has been Joe Burrow, but he is not going to win. My vote would be Burrow, Allen, Barkley. It's going to be Allen, Lamar, Barkley. That is going to be the finish. Josh Allen is going to win the MVP. I think the best player has been Joe Burrow. I think Saquon Barkley has been the third best player. I think Josh Allen has been the second best player, especially with the cut down on turnovers. And Lamar has had a fantastic season. There is no shade on Lamar here. I just think we've seen this before from Lamar, and it kind of matters. Sam Darnold definitely helps my fantasy. Yep, Sam Darnold's been a great guy. Thank you. Sorry about my username. OT, don't worry. You're OT in the book. Oh, I like the Bill emoji. Love the Buffalo emojis. I think CJ will pop off in his third year. Yeah, just a down sophomore year. Vikings Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The color of the Super Bowl logo has... I like it. The Super Bowl logo conspiracy. I like it. It was a thing. It's been a thing. Could be purple. Purple and red was the original colors of that Super Bowl logo. I like it. Not going to complain here. Chargers over the Raiders. Raiders are feisty, competitive, but they're not going to throw this pick away, and the Chargers want to be that 5 seed. Everybody wants to play Houston right now. They are just reeling so much, the Texans. Everybody wants them. Rookie of the year, make it 9 root beers. Austin, go to bed. My guy, we're about to finish. I don't need you up all night, and I want you here in the stream tomorrow night, big dog, because you've been such a great guy in the chat all night. Michael, Rookie of the Year, Washington QB. Yes, Jaden Daniels will win Rookie of the Year. He's been fantastic. Most years it would be Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers winning the Rookie of the Year most years. He set the single season tight end record, breaking Mike Ditka's 63-year-old record. Kind of crazy how great Mike Ditka was. He was not just a Hall of Fame head coach, ladies and gentlemen. He was the original elite tight end. Brian Thomas Jr. had a great year, but Jaden Daniels, far and above, just a fantastic season. Maybe the best rookie season we've seen out of quarterback. Him and Justin Herbert. Give me the Cardinals over the 49ers in this one. 49ers, Brock Purdy's not going to play. He's banged up. The 49ers kind of given up. That was their Super Bowl on Monday against the Lions, and they lost. And, Arizona in a rebuild, trying to figure out what they're doing with Kyler Murray. But this is it. Everybody, 6 minutes left in this stream, officially. Not even. Maybe 4 minutes left. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream. It really helps this channel out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know a lot of y'all in the chat have already subbed. Hit that sub button. We got daily sports content for you guys that aren't just the live streams. We got daily sports stat fact of the day. Quick, short, gives you a fun sports stat fact you can share to your friends. Make you seem a lot smarter than maybe you actually are, or to just show off. I got videos every single day, especially during the season and the off season. We cover all sorts of sports, and we're hopping more into the live stream category. We'll be live streaming tomorrow night to break down all of the 3 college football playoff games, plus my week 18 picks. We'll be live streaming Friday night and throughout the playoffs, watching games live. Appreciate all you guys, but this is it. We're going to wrap it up. One final game in week 18, game number 272 on the regular season. You cannot ask for something better than this. I didn't think my team would be here going into the season. I don't know if anybody thought this would be the situation going into week 18. The final matchup we have, for the first time in the history of the National Football League, the 14-2 Detroit Lions taking on my 14-2 Minnesota Vikings. This is the first matchup between 2 opponents with 14 wins. In fact, we have never seen 2 14-plus win teams face each other prior to the conference championship game or the Super Bowl. It's only happened 4 times, twice in the conference championship game, twice in the Super Bowl. This is the first ever regular season matchup between 2 teams of this caliber. It's only the 4th matchup ever with 2 teams 10 plus wins over 500. And it all comes down to this. The loser of this game will be the first team ever to win 14 games and not bring home a division championship. 13 wins is the prior record, with the 1999 Tennessee Titans falling short to the Jacksonville Jaguars. In fact, they lost 3 games. The Tennessee Titans went 13-3 on the entire season, and they lost 3 games to the Jacksonville Jaguars, twice in the regular season, once in the postseason. We did not play a full 16-game schedule back then, but this is it. Lions Vikings Sunday night. We know where I have to go, guys. We know where I have to go. I think the Lions defense is just a little bit too banged up. I love Dan Campbell, one of my favorite alums. He is a great fighting Texas Aggie. Jared Goff, a redemption story, a guy that we all kind of threw away as a quarterback, turning it on. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 11 guys, 12 guys drafted ahead of him. He can recite all of them. Kind of slept on coming out of college. A team of misfits, a city of misfits in Detroit, but a super cursed fan base. Jared Goff versus Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, a bust. The number 3 overall pick in 2018. Everyone quit on this guy. Everybody said he was shit. No, he just needed the right spot and the right opportunity. This is the biggest regular season game we have maybe ever seen in the National Football League. Regular season, obviously. I can't believe my team is here. I thought the ceiling was 9 wins for my guys, but we're here at 14 wins. And for some reason, I just think no matter what the situation is, what happens, my guys are going to find a way to take down the Detroit Lions, and the Lions will feel like the greatest season in their 96-year history has been cast asunder. And you know what? Realistically, the Lions beat the Buccaneers, the Rams win, the Eagles win, and the Lions are heading right back to Minnesota in 2 weeks. And maybe they exact their revenge. But I'm not focused on that. I ain't worried about that at this point. Give me my Vikings to somehow get a W. I am very tired. Austin is 5 a.m. in the morning. 15-2, matching their franchise win total of 15 wins that they saw in 1998. The greatest team to never win a Super Bowl, arguably the undefeated Patriots, but I still think the 98 Vikings were better than the 07 Patriots that didn't win the Super Bowl. Look those boys up. Hall of Famers across the board. Let me get through the chat, but I'm picking the Vikings to be your number 1 seed in the NFC. Literally after stream, I'm either going to play American Truck Simulator or Roblox. All right. Who's your favorite AFC team? I like a lot of AFC teams. I like the Chiefs. My best friend is a Chiefs fan, and he was a Chiefs fan well before Patrick Mahomes. We watched the Chiefs draft Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was my favorite quarterback in that draft, and I never could have imagined he'd be this good, so I always have a soft spot for him and the Chiefs. I love the Buffalo Bills. A large part of my family are Bills fans. I also, unfortunately, like the New York Jets because the other part of my family is New York Jets fans. And I do like the Baltimore Ravens because of Ed Reed was my favorite defensive player growing up. I love Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers because Jim Harbaugh is one of my favorite coaches in football. And I like the Houston Texans because I do have a soft spot for that team in the state of Texas because that is where I'm located, and I like them more than the Dallas Cowboys. So I like 5 out of the 7 teams in the AFC. Crazy enough. And it's easier for me to like AFC teams because I'm an NFC guy. It would take a lot for the Texans. Purdy might be out of half of 25. Yeah, I don't know. elbow situation up in the air. Primetime game, everyone's going to be watching. I can't believe last year the 49ers were so close to winning the Super Bowl, and now they aren't even close. That is the Super Bowl hangover. Injuries and circumstance can ruin a team. That is 1,000% correct. 49ers exposed the Lions defense. I think everybody knew the Lions defense. Even the Lions knew their defense was beat up. I am very tired. Austin, if I was a Packers fan, I'd be very nervous about going to Philly. Yeah, of course. You're not happy. This was the week. You beat the Vikings in week 17. You slide into that 6 seed or the 5 seed, and you're cooking with gasoline. Now you got to go face a very good Eagles team, but they can definitely win. Lions-Vikings championship game rematch. The problem is, I think the setup could be before then, unless the Commanders or the Packers can get an upset around 1. We're looking at Vikings and Lions in round 2, and it'll be the first game for whatever team wins on Sunday. Green Bay Packers Vikings NFC Championship rematch. Obviously Cameron, but that can't happen if the Packers are the 7 seed unless the Vikings are the 5 seed. Austin's going to be here tomorrow. Appreciate everybody. Tampa Bay Detroit would be a very interesting matchup in the playoffs. Yes, especially in Tampa. Tampa